Oh, hello. Welcome back to the material plane. You were out for 3 hours. Do you remember what happened? No? Well, an orange drake came right out of nowhere, right at us, out of the bushes. And, well, he attacked you first. He clawed right at your left leg. And you gave him a pretty neat swing, but it wasn't enough. And you hit your head on the way down. And, well, um, as you can see, I am currently bandaging your leg. I'm happy you're awake now, because when you were knocked out cold, you were tossing and turning, and I couldn't really do it now, so could you please hold your leg still? Thank you. Whew, it's pretty messed up down here. I think it's gotten worse from all your tossing and turning. Oh well. Well, as I said, you gave him a pretty mighty swing that you probably don't remember. You could see the fear in the Drake's eyes, which is probably why he took you down first. So Hormus suggested sushi for dinner. And, well, I'm not too big on sushi myself, but perhaps you are. If not, we could probably, find some fruits or berries for dinner, so it would be probably better off to do that. Again, if you're into sushi, be my guest to have the sushi. You're all bandaged up now. Perhaps I could tell you a story while you wait for your leg strength to come back? He. Well, once there was a half orc. He was an orphan. He was treated pretty badly by the other kids for his green skin and his little tusks. He was so bored of doing the house chores and being made fun of that he decided to wait until the late moments of night where he could sneak out. Once the moon was at its peak and the maiden was asleep, the half orc snuck out in seek of adventure. On his way down the cobble path and the twiggy trails, he would see an opening to the main road. He looked hard on the moon's horizon, and he noticed light coming over the hill. He hid in the bush for a little while, and he noticed this was actually a convoy. When the carts had passed, he would make a dash for the back cart and jump onto it, but very carefully as to not alert the driver. And to his surprise, it wasn't just any old transport cart, it was the food cart. Oh, the half-orc boy was so happy, as he was very hungry from his night adventure. Anyway, he started digging through the food quietly, and then he heard a small thud from one of the crates. The half-orc, curious, went over and carefully pried it open. You know what he saw? A goblin! A goblin was in there. But the goblin looked rather slender and smooth, unlike the rest of her kind. The goblin, noticing that half-orc opened the container, would panic, and she would crawl backwards further into the box, scared. The half-orc would not panic, and would act brave. "What are you doing in here?" he whispered. The goblin did not respond, but she was scared. The half-orc would crawl up to her and pass her one of the fruits that were in the crate they were both sitting in, and she would carefully take it and start eating. They would both sit there through the night, eating food in the back of the cart, and eventually passing out. They would then awaken late morning, still on the road, overhearing the driver mention, "We are almost to the city," to his co-driver. The goblin and the half-orc would get excited and jumped off the back of the cart and dashed into the bushes. Then they would start to walk towards the city, wrapping the goblin girl in blankets to hide her from the public, and would continue on in seek of adventure. My mama told me this story when I was a child, so, she never told me if, their adventure actually ever continued, but perhaps I could make it up. Perhaps I could make another story. The sequel. Perhaps I could tell you now the story, but just give me a moment to think of one. Last time we went to the town, I managed to find myself a rare food trader of sorts. I don't really remember what that person who made this called it, but he called it like a cocoa bar or something. All I know is it's made out of kind of like a milk or something, and then it's got this really interesting flavor to it, and it melts in your mouth, and it is so good, and it is better than any other food I've ever had. But I don't have much of it. He said it was pretty rare, and I did pay 1 gold for this bar, but I don't know, maybe tonight we could try some together, and you could tell me what you think of it. Otherwise, how is your leg feeling? Oh, I hope it's doing better. I mean, it looks a lot better now that it's patched up. Well, I will always patch up your leg any day. You're pretty strong. I think I know a story. There is this story that my papa told me about dragons. He was once an adventurer, so good at adventuring. That's how he found my mama. I told you once before. He said that blue dragons are the toughest of them all, and that, they're pretty scary, and, that, if you see one, you should probably be terrified of it. But I don't know if it's true. I think blue dragons are kind of cute, not gonna lie, but, anyway, he was fighting this blue dragon, and he was like charging up the tower that it was defending, and as him and my mama were both trying to kill the dragon let out a scary blue breath that almost killed them both. And, well, good thing it didn't, because otherwise I wouldn't be here. But, once they charged right up to the top of the tower, and they had like an epic battle or something. I don't remember that detail of the story, but they must have had to have an epic battle because it was my dad. So, my dad is pretty strong. He's a pretty cool guy. He has a really cool sword, and he would protect my mama at any cost, especially against something as dangerous as a dragon. Anyway, they would kill the dragon at the top, and they would kick it off the tower, and it would crash right into the ground so hard that all that was left was liquid remain. Anyway, My mama wrote a song about it, but I don't really have a singing voice. It is more of a, I am more of a instrument player, not really a singer, but I can try and sing for you if you want me to. Okay, well, you know, don't blame me if you know it sounds terrible. My mama calls this song Cavalhan the Strawberry Jam. It's a stupid name. Anyway, it goes like this. Yea, hey, here he lays the leftover remains of Cavalhan. Asked to commit suicide, asked to fall from endless skies. Cavalhan didn't like this plan. He lashed out violently at Duran. Ambushed by a meddler's plan, a dragon born with a practiced hand. Darkness cast upon his knife, a dragon's head in the endless night. A brave swing from a darling man, taking back his own homeland. Kicked off the tower top, the dragon's body made a mighty flop. He fell from a distant height, conquered by a meddler's might. Here lays Cavalhan, the sweet remains of strawberry jam. Anyway, that was the song my mama wrote about that event. I wonder if it's true that, he actually hit the ground so hard that he became jam. That would be pretty crazy, right? Anyway, I hope your leg is doing better. We should probably start moving soon. I don't really want, to get ambushed by goblins or something sitting here waiting for your leg to heal. Perhaps I could help you walk. Alright, let's go.